Hello everybody, let's get started. In this video I want to cover the topic of the stop loss strategy. Many don't understand it, and even I failed to realize the importance of it when I started trading. Let me show that strategy with this table I have created. I will quickly explain the table first. In the left hand column we have the dollar balance. In the second column we have the profit loss at the moment where we actually sell our assets. Then we have the price changes. Actually it's the real prices, it's not the changes. Then we have the amount of assets we have and the action we perform. On the bottom we can see the difference with stop loss strategy and the difference if we do not apply the stop loss strategy. And an important thing to see that the whole figures only depend on the ratio between your sell and your rebuy price. Now let me first explain what a rebuy is and how that stop loss strategy works in general. The idea is if you see a huge drop, get out of your asset. Realize a loss and hope it drops further. If it does, use your remainder dollar balance and get in again. What you in fact will have achieved is that you will have more assets now than you had before. And if it only rises a little bit, you can decrease your loss or maybe even increase your profit if the asset price rises to the same level as you initially got in. So let me demonstrate that. Let us say you have $10,000 you invest. Let's say in XRP. Early 2018 you paid $1. So you buy for $10,000 at $1 and you receive 10,000 XRP. Over the time, without you realizing, the price drops to 50 cents and you're pissed. You really do not want to get out now because you would make 5,000 loss and you don't want to do that. If you did that, if you sold now, you actually realized the $5,000 loss. Let's assume you do that. Let's assume the price drops further to 25 cents. And with the $5,000 you still have, you buy again XRP. Whoa, this time you get 20,000 XRP. Wow, that's crazy. I just had a loss before of 5,000 and now I have 2 times more XRP than I had when I initially bought in 2018 for $1. That's crazy, but it works like that. If it now goes up to $1 again, and I really hope that this will be the case someone, you will actually have, because you now have 20,000 XRP, you will have $20,000, which will give you 100% profit. Had you not applied that whole strategy, because you initially bought at $1, after all those drops and the re-increase in price, you would have 0 profit. Okay, you would also have 0 loss. By applying the strategy, you basically would double your profit in this example. Let me do some other examples. Let us assume same $10,000, you buy at $1, price drops to 90. You sell. You hope that the price will drop further, let's say to 60. That's actually good. You increased your XRP by 50%. You now have 15,000 XRP. And now, if the price rises to, let's say, 85 cents, you still have $2,750 profit. Even if you sold initially at 90 cents with $1,000 loss. Isn't that crazy? So basically you made out of $1,000 loss a profit of $2,750, and even at a lower price than this 90 cents. If it goes up to 90 cents, it's already $3,500. But even if it goes just to 70 cents, it's still a 5% profit you do. And even if it goes just to 65% up, at least you have reduced your loss to 2.5%, whereas initially it was 10%. The loss you had realized with your first sell when it dropped from $1 to 90 cents. There you would have had $1,000 loss, but now with selling at 90, rebuying at 60, and then selling at 65, you have reduced your loss from $1,000 to $250. And this is really amazing to realize that even in bearish times you can increase your holdings, your holdings on the asset, and if the price goes up somewhere near to the region where you initially bought, then you make already a profit by applying that strategy. And now let us use the original figures again to show you this relation between sell and rebuy, these two. I sold at 50 cents and rebought at 25 cents. So the relation between the two is 2. Like 25 cents times 2 is 50 cents. And that relation, if the price goes up to the initial price where you initially bought, will be your profit. If the price goes less in the end, let's say only to 60 cents, obviously it's not factor 2. Then it's only like a part of that reclimb. But if it goes up from 25 cents to $1 again, you would have doubled your profit. And the funny thing is, this works at every price level. Let's assume the SEC news. We were at around 55 cents and you got notice at 35 cents. Fuck, price is dropping. Okay, now I get out. $6,500 loss. But we were quite a long time in the 20 cents area. If you had rebought, you had now 17,000 XRP, and now we're around 30 cents, let's say. So your loss would have been reduced by almost 50%. Actually, you would have now only 50% loss instead of 70% loss. But if the price rises to, I don't know, let's check, to maybe 50 to 60 cents. So when we make from now like 100% gain, you're already in the profit. You will already have made $500 profit. Whereas initially, if you didn't apply that stop loss strategy, you would still suffer 40% loss. This strategy obviously will not apply to traders from European area, at least from Germany and from Austria. I know they have to hold their assets for a year, or they pay, I think, about 50% tax or something. But in Switzerland and maybe in other countries, we are lucky. We don't have to pay that tax, so I can basically apply that strategy. Unfortunately, I didn't, even though I knew for about 2 years about that strategy. But as I have other reasons to believe, the price of XRP in this example particularly could rise quite fast and quite high. That was a reason why I didn't do that. But I know some traders. A friend of mine, he actually increased his XRP holdings by 25% in the recent weeks behind us. He sweated some blood, but he got really lucky with that move. Happy trading.